Hey, Rudy.
Nice ball. But let's start the video with this, John. Did you have the Rona?
Mm-mm. My immune system is impervious
To the Rona?
to everything.
Did it fight it off
It's impervious.
to the Rona?
It's impenetrable.
Impenetrable.
Impenetrable. Did you have the Rona?
I have not that I know of. I did think I had it at one point, but I just it was hot outside.
The good news is we're back. We're getting back to some kind of normal stuff like the.
It's been a year. It's been a year. It's been a year.
Yeah.
I believe we shot the don't trust anybody because they have it video just over a year ago.
Yeah, that's when we were locking down for 14 days to flatten the curve.
Yeah, 14 days. How'd that work?
14 days, we're going to flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve a year later, whatever.
Well, I think people are tired of talking about the Rona, so let's talk about 21.1.
So it's a new open. It's only 3 weeks this year, which it's either good or bad. I mean, either we're separating the wheat from the chaff, I guess, quicker, or I don't know. It's longer. It's shorter for no reason. Do you have any thoughts on it, on the 3 weeks?
A good reset year,
Yeah. But we're back to what's seemingly a normal CrossFit Games season-ish, which next video, when I'm down there next week, we'll get into the details of the season. It's a little wonky if you don't understand it. And I had to get a calculator to figure it out, Texas Instruments calculator to figure it out. But I think I got it. I've got a grasp on it. Whatever. A grip on it.
Did you say it's a firm grip?
It's not very firm, no. It's just
like a got it.
It's a very light grip, actually. Maybe by next week I'll have a firmer grip.
Firm grip.
Hopefully. I was most excited with the normal announcement show with the studio desk, which brought me back to the olden days.
How'd you feel about the overall production quality?
It's good. It's good. Looked like it should, in my opinion. No cheering crowd, obviously, because you're not allowed to be anywhere within 60 feet of anybody. But I thought the production quality was good. Looks like we're back on. Would you say we're? You didn't hear me, did you?
I give it we're
me. That's better than. So 21.1. No fancy whiteboards or anything like that. Mostly because my head takes up most of the screen and there's not really room for one. And John doesn't know how to write.
No.
21.1 is, and I'm gonna read it. I don't have it memorized yet because there's a lot of numbers in there. It's 1 wall walk, 10 double unders, 3 wall walks, 30 double unders, 6, 69, 90, 15, 150, 21, 210. Wall walks in the open, gym owner John Dill. What do you think?
If I'm being completely honest, I think so far they're catering to like the whole home gym situation. That's all I got. Hey, everybody can still participate. I personally like it not from a gym owner standpoint or like a excitement of the open standpoint. Just personally, I like the WOD because I like simple and straightforward. I mean, like when I do it, I'm looking forward to actually performing the WOD myself. But from a gym owner affiliate perspective, as far as the excitement to generate and the spectacle it creates, I think it's kind of lame. Just being honest. I think it's
Yeah, it's not. It's situational.
well, it's a legitimate test of overall fitness. I just think it's kind of lame overall. It's just um, our programming, the Outlaw Way programming is. I mean, we do handstand push-ups stuff and scale with wall walks all the time. So the Outlaws will be ready. The gym will be ready.
Yeah.
The valid test just feels like they took the easy way out and mailed it in an effort to just appeal to like, oh, everybody can do this from at home or whatever. Um, and I personally feel like it's time to get back out and about. But that's just a personal preference. But I think it'll be a great test.
I'm gonna good cop your bad cop right there. I actually think it's a horrific workout.
Like
From
in
a
like a good way.
from a performing it standpoint, like horrific,
Right.
like a terrible workout, like bad, painful, etc. Like a good bad workout.
Right.
You can't do much with these. There's only so much you can do, right? There's only, you know, we were blown away in 2015, 2014 with the craziness of them and the ascending snatches and the things of that nature. And at this point, especially because of the world situation, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. It's a cardiovascular and gymnastic endurance test, right?
Well,
So
what do you think about the one lady finished, and the other was, I believe, was a top 10.
in the world, yeah, and she didn't finish, yeah.
She didn't finish.
Oh, a lot of people. No, okay. If we're gonna get into sort of strategy and tips and stuff like that,
Let's get into
which
that.
is fine. There's not other than being Carrie Pierce, who finished the workout, not relatively easily, but who finished the workout. Um, Other than being Carrie Pierce, there's not much strategy to it to finish. What your strategy is going to be is where your tie is going to be how far you can put the tie break up, right? And the wall walks take a ton of time. Like that's all there is to it. There's no way to do them fast. Pierce's pace on them was pretty incredible, and the double unders, depending on your proficiency, um, it's just they take a certain amount of time. They take a half second per rep or whatever it is, and the wall walks are going to take 4, 5, 8 seconds per rep. And it's for most people, it's going to be about pacing, right? Because once you start getting inverted, uh, lactic acid flushes differently. It's a lot harder to flush when you've been inverted a whole bunch of times, and you're going to hit that anaerobic threshold a lot quicker. So for most people, it's going to be about pacing and just being able to keep moving the entire time, right? Unless you're Carrie Pierce, you're a world-class gymnast, world-class games athlete, blah blah blah, you Division I gymnast, etc.
Mhm. I think you're right about the pacing, and then to get overall to get into some more um, minute or granular details. I think the technique on the double unders is going to be crucial. I think people are going to have to make a conscious effort to keep their arms down and straight. If you're doing any kind of arm circles, this is like,
Yeah, so a little bit of the brilliance of this workout to me, not saying it's a particularly brilliant workout, but it's smart in that it's all shoulders, right? It's all shoulders and cardio. And if you don't have good technique on your double unders, if you're a creeper, right? The hands creep, 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 creep out. If you're one of those people, you're in trouble,
yeah, you got
right? Because
to relax and recover during the double unders, right?
yeah, yeah. And
And for people,
my tips, I don't know if Amanda wants to put numbers here or whatever, My number one tip for this is find out where your break is, and wherever your sort of limit is on those double unders, especially when you get into those bigger sets, the 90 and the 150, and you have to plan that out, and you have to stand there and look at the clock for a certain amount of time and then get back on the rope, because the majority of the world's not going unbroken on the double unders, right? And we've always been of the opinion that it's better for you to stop them than you screw up and stop them, right? It's always better to stop before you get to that point than to go too far.
Missing takes a lot more energy than just stopping.
Yeah.
Right?
And whether that's 30, 30, 30 on the 90s, 25, 25, 25 on the 150s, whatever it is, that's sort of where you gotta find your resting point and your place. There's no excuse really. Excuse me. There's no excuse really to rest on the wall walks, because other than the simple muscular fatigue that's happening as you're walking up, it's not a particularly cardiovascularly taxing movement. The compounding of it with the double unders is, but it's going to be one of those things that it's going to be really hard for people to get back up off the ground when they fall down, right? When they get all the way down, it's going to be really hard to reach that foot back up on the wall and go up again. I will say, strategically and performance wise, one of the big things I saw, and I can't believe I'm saying this because she finished the workout, and Christy, what's her face? What's her name? Aramo didn't, but I would have liked to seen Pierce fall at the end of the rep, and she was kind of snaking her way down to the floor, right? Which is just, it's just more fatigue, or more muscular fatigue from, um, for no reason really, right? So if I were a coach in a gym, I would definitely be telling my people to hit the deck as quick as possible.
Yeah,
as soon as their hands hit that line, drop right away.
Yeah, controlled fall, and whether it's on the wall walks too. I do think they do need to, if you come anywhere near a red line before any of those bigger sets of wall walks, you gotta come off, right?
Yeah.
Well, the shoulders are a tiny muscle group, and everybody that's been doing this sport for a while knows once the shoulders red line, you're sitting around for minutes.
It's the same as the stuff we for years now have been saying about handstand push-ups, right? You stop your handstand push-ups, whether it be strict or kipping, before you get to the point where you fatigue, like 2 or 3 reps before, because once your shoulders are gone, what happens? You're done, right? And the nature of being inverted means that lactic acid flushes slower and a lot differently. It's about 50% slower. So you got to stop before you get so tired that you no longer can get up to the wall. You know what, I have a funny, I don't know if I even said or not. Somebody, maybe back in the day, they would have accused us of telling people to cheat. But I was thinking you should wear as slippery of a shoe as possible, as slippery of a toed shoe as possible.
Maybe you can put some duct tape on the toe of your shoe.
That's cheating, John. I think.
Is it? Why would
it's not in the rules, but maybe you could put some like felt tape on there.
I don't know anybody that has slippery shoes. You know, well, I'll get my slippery joints out of the. I'll just go grab the slippery ones.
Well, don't wear your like New Balances with the rubber toe, like the. You know what I'm talking about? Like the old school New Balances.
Yeah.
The rubber on the front of the toe.
Yeah, but that would not be slippery.
That would not be slippery. No, slippery shoes are a must. Also, don't wear weightlifting shoes for this workout.
Hopefully, we don't have to say that. Please don't ask. No one, please.
What kind of shoes you should wear?
The whole slippery shoe thing. If you need slippery shoes to fall off of a wall, you're probably not going to do well. Anyway.
Yeah, you're probably worried about the wrong things.
Yeah.
Oh, big one. We say this every year at double unders. Place your jump rope on the ground in a manner in which you pick it up and go right into your first rep.
That's
Or
huge.
begin. Don't fling it on the ground. Don't, oh, I'm so tired. Whoa. Throw it over there somewhere. Then you got to walk over and pick it up. You just wasted 15 seconds. Way to go, champ.
Right.
That's it. You got anything else?
I'm thinking the wall walks, definitely the controlled fall. I think you can't overemphasize staying relaxed on the double under, man. Go as slow on the double unders as you need to stay relaxed. If you tense up, if you start raising the shoulders, I would tell your judge, hey man, while you're counting my reps, yell at me if I start creeping up.
Yeah.
I don't even know how cardiovascular this workout is going to be for most people. I think the shoulders are going to, I think it's just be a matter of how long can your shoulders hold on,
It's more sprint recover, because no matter who you are, your heart rate gets elevated with double unders. Like there's not much you can do about that. I mean, we tested athletes back in the day where their heart rate wouldn't elevate much when they would do a set 100 or something like that, but the combined nature of the whole thing, like for someone who is aerobic, it stays aerobic. For someone who's more explosive, it's going to be work rest, right? You're going to have to stop at some point.
Right.
But yeah, it's a shoulder endurance workout. But how many open workouts are shoulder endurance workouts? Half, right?
What'll be interesting to see is if they stick to this very home gym friendly model, or if we get some cool shit in there. I'd like to see some ladders and some fancier stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we'll get a lift,
muscle ups
of some nature. I like the wall walk. I like the Amanda and I just talked about this in planning the SUA games, the workouts and the scaling and stuff like that. We just talked about a standard for wall walks, basically, and they've set a standard for wall walks. Oh, I will say,
I think we're about to say the same thing.
What?
I was gonna say I do love the standard of the hands on the tape until both feet.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say it would help at some point, especially those people that don't have the greatest shoulder mobility, to start to try and tuck their chin down a little bit as they're walking towards the wall. Because if you're doing this the whole time, then we're even more pectoral than anything else, and we're not sort of engaging the entire upper structure.
Well, if you do that, if you keep it tucked, it's way more weight on your skeletal structure where you want it, and off
exactly, yeah,
on your shoulders. And
if you blow your pecs up,
which now that I think about it, I think I'm maybe seeing the beauty in this workout versus, dude, that the standard for handstand push-ups was terrible. It was a terrible standard to judge. It was a terrible standard to measure. People gamed the shit out of it, didn't game the shit out of it. I like the standard for these wall walks way better. And I know we already said this. We already know this. We haven't even mentioned it in the video. For those of you that are not, because we're familiar with wall walks, but for those of you that are not familiar with wall walks, if you didn't pick up on it from the games athletes that were doing it, they're hard as shit. They're not a scale. They're a legitimate movement. Like just like 21 wall walks is a workout all by itself.
Yeah, and the terrible part is that, especially Carrie Pierce, I know Ramo I believe she's an ex-gymnast too, but Pierce is like a legit ex-gymnast, like Division I ex-gymnast.
Right.
And she made it look so easy. You don't even notice that how good her position is, how extended everything is, how even if she's looking up, she's still tucked.
Yeah.
Right. She's not looking up like this. She's not looking up and putting all the pressure on her pectorals. She might be looking up, but she's still reaching as high as she can to the ceiling and still in good position. So I think people are going to be very surprised by how difficult this workout is.
Yeah, those wall walks alone are tough, but
yes,
yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to doing it. I just thought it was lame, might be a strong word. I thought it was a little underwhelming after such layover and what we're coming out of, and it's like, oh.
Well, yeah, not to philosophize. I don't think we're all the way out of it yet, but Maybe we'll get a barbell next week. Maybe next week we get a burner, a 5 to 7 minute burner, little rest period, max clean and jerk. Go team open.
That was my jerk.
I don't think so though. It's only happened once in the open, so I don't think so. But it'd be cool.
It'd be cool. Well, we'll be back.
I mean, you guys are going to semifinals.
We'll be back next week either way. Hopefully Rudy actually comes down next week and we don't have to do the screen share.
I'm coming down next week just because the screen share is so annoying.
No, but
you want to tell them how long it took us to figure this out?
So I do have one final piece of information. Don't forget to have fun, because you will actually perform better. And keep in mind, hopefully you're all like, oh man, I'm getting a full night's sleep tonight and good food and all this. That's great. And then keep doing that shit after the open the whole rest of the year when it counts towards your wellness and not just
49 other weeks.
Yeah, do that. Do that also. With just to, you don't have to, you know,
fun.
This is a suggestion. Oh. Have fun and build health. Have fun and build healthy habits. This is just whatever.
We forgot one thing.
What else?
A big question. Should you repeat this workout?
No. Nope.
This is one of the all-time don't repeat this workout workouts. Yeah.
The only reason I can see
you're never lifting your arms again if you repeat this workout.
And the only temptation I can see for that is, I missed some. You're going to miss a few double unders. That's not going to affect your score. What's going to affect your score is how long your shoulders can hold on, and how long your shoulders can hold on tomorrow is going to be longer than how long they can hold on Saturday or Monday, because they're still not going to be recovered from Friday. So
not even close. Not even close. Be like doing. I was going to think of a bodybuilding reference, but I couldn't. When you're bodybuilding, you don't do curls on back-to-back days.
Yeah, you know, Monday is International Chest Day. You do chest on Monday, everybody knows that, and then you don't do chest again the rest of the week, man.
Nope.
Because it's not a big
point.
I think it's been a while since my bodybuilding days. I think Wednesday is International Arm Day, bis and tris.
Yeah, well, legs are Friday, but you might forget.
Arms got a whole day for years. I haven't done a curl in over 10 years. It's pretty decent biceps. No, too much. No curl. Anyway, arm day is, yep. Tomorrow is going to be shoulder day for the whole week.
Shoulder day for however many people are registered for the open.
The rest of the open, hopefully.
A lot of poor, unsuspecting gym members. It's shoulder day. We'll see you next week, where we will be together, two of us,
forever,
forever and ever. And I was gonna do a Corona joke, but I couldn't think of anything.
People are tired of talking about Corona.
Yeah.
And politics. We're done.
Yeah.
I
said the F word. Beep that, Amanda.
No more Corona, no more politics. Only fitness from the rest.
Beer and baseball from here on out.
That's also boring.
That's all I can think of.
Whiskey and hunting.
Go dancers. Is that a thing? I don't even know what that means. I don't know. It just popped in my head. What the fuck is a go-go dancer? God.